Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to AH flip and make millions of coins. A couple of people in my comment section and also from my guild and friends have been asking me how I do this, so here's the tutorial. Watch to the end to find out some tips and tricks, and also stick around to see how much I make. So firstly, what is AH flipping? AH flipping is when you buy an item from a player in a trade menu and then sell it to the AH for more coins. This works because people want quick money for maybe hard to sell items and aren't willing to wait for the AH to buy it, or the auction house. This means that I can buy their items instantly and they'll accept less coins for it than the auction house will give. I will then put it on the auction house, and within a couple of hours normally, the items all sell and make me millions of coins. With this method, I've made up to 30 million coins an hour, so stick around to see how I do that. The main great thing about auction flipping is that it requires no setup whatsoever. Things like mining and farming, while they do make you millions of coins, with mining making up to like 40 million coins an hour, mining requires hundreds of millions of coins in setup, and also hundreds of hours of playtime. For flipping, all you need is a couple million coins and you're set. So it's a great method for people who aren't willing to invest enough time into mining or farming. Next, let's get into the method behind flipping. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the hub and go to hub 1. This is the hub with the most people normally, and so you'll get the most customers. What you want to do is type a message in the chat like I'm doing now, saying something about instantly buying your items for a flip price. You also want to add some specifications like no farming items and like 1 mil plus, or whatever your budget is. You also want to put what your purse is so that people can get a better idea of how much you have and why they should come to you. Then you start lobby swapping. You go from 1 to 2, just find the lobbies with the most people. You can also warp to the forge, you can warp to other islands. You just want to reach as many people as possible with your message. Then eventually people will come to your island and you can trade with them. Some people on our island, and it's time to see what they have to trade. What you want to do is ask what each of them have and what they want to sell. Look at their items, look at the enchants, look at all of the stuff. In this clip I've got multiple people here, but I'm going to prioritize the one with the most valuable items because I can often get the highest flip on those items. In this clip, the person shows me a Necron helmet that's recommed 5 stars with Legion 1 and all the enchants. You want to be careful with the helmets because people don't buy them as much as the rest of the piece of armor, so you want to give a slightly larger low ball than all the others. Next, what you want to do is go to the auction house, look up whatever item they had and scroll through the pages. Here I'm searching up Necron's helmet, and then I'm going to scroll through them and find the one that's most similar to the one that I'm buying here. So here I've found one for roughly 23 mil. 21 mil is the lowest one there. So then I'm going to give him an offer, and I'm offering him 17.5 mil. Well, that's quite a big flip, and some people might refuse that, but as I'm saying here, Necron helmets don't sell, and so it's a bigger risk for me, and so therefore I'm going to take a bigger flip on it. I'm looking up the prices again just to check I'm doing it correctly, and then he's gonna bargain with me and try and get the price up, so he might counter offer 20 mil or something. Just settle in the middle. I think here we've settled on 18.25 mil, and so here I'm gonna trade with him and give him his 18.25 mil. And so there we go, I've just bought it for 18.25 mil, and then I'm gonna list it up on the auction house for the correct amount, which was 20.99 mil or 21 mil. When I come back a few hours later, that should have sold, and it would be roughly a 4 million coin flip in about 5 minutes. So as you can see, if you keep at this, you can make millions and millions of coins very quickly. Let's get into the rules about AH flipping. There are some couple guidelines that you need to follow to make sure you're safe and not too risky about your flipping. Firstly, never buy pet skins or farming items. Pet skins are super hard to sell and also have very changing prices, meaning that you could buy them when they're 25 mil at one point, 2 days later they're down to 15 mil. So just don't buy pet skins as a general rule unless it's for a massive lowball, because you're nearly always going to get tricked, or it's not going to sell, or something bad will happen. With no farming tools, this is because farming tools are very hard to sell. If I'm ever buying farming tools, I'll only do them for an extreme lowball, and I only buy tier 3 hypermaxed hoes like 10 mil counters and recoms, because any other hoe does not sell at all, and I'm not going to be making my money back, because I also have to go around to hubs and advertise since you can't put the hoes on AH. Thirdly, don't pay for hypermaxed items. Items like 3 or 4 master starred items, or with expensive enchants like Legion or Legion 2 and 3, are not going to sell for their full amount. Please don't pay for items with master stars, because they take ages to sell and are not guaranteed to end up letting you sell them. The only time I've ever bought a master starred item was a Necron's chestplate for a very cheap flip, and I made roughly 10 mil, but it was extremely hard to sell and was a lot of hassle. So just generally avoid hypermaxed items because they take a lot longer to sell. Finally, you just have to use your common sense. If you think an item isn't going to sell, it probably won't, so just steer clear of it. It's fine to just avoid items, and it's much better than losing millions of coins to an item that doesn't sell. Next, I'm going to show you a montage of all my flips in a roughly half an hour to an hour, so you can see roughly how much I made and how much profit there is. I just want to make a note that the profit you make changes a lot, and it's based on how lucky you get with your flips and also how much money you have to flip with. So let's get into the flips. My first flip on screen now was a flip with 3/4 Storm, a Wither helmet, Spirit Scepter, Bonzo Staff, and a bunch of other mage items along with half Shadow Assassin. Basically, some guy was trying to sell off his mage set and came to me. I'm pretty sure I paid roughly 65 million coins for these items, and as you can see on screen here, I'm claiming 72.6 million coins, and that's not even all of them sold. I just claimed them when the Ornate Sword and the Sheep weren't sold yet, so I'll put another clip up on screen now. So as you can see here, this flip made me roughly 15 million coins. Now that's very good for a flip. This flip was made roughly 15 minutes into the hour that I set myself to flip, so 15 million coins in 15 minutes is very good profit. So here I bought 3/4 Ancient Final Destination with 5,000 kills on it, a level 80 Baby Yeti, and a Summoning Ring for 38 mil. So that's a good flip there. So those items sold for 66 mil, including a Necron helmet that I had on the AH earlier from a previous flip. I paid 18.5 mil for the Necron's helmet, and it sold for 21 mil. So that's a 2.5 mil flip there. Yep, 2.5 mil flip there, and about 10 mil flip on the other items. So that's a 10 mil flip there, plus the 13 mil flip we had earlier. That's 23 mil profit already. And so as you can see there, in roughly 45 minutes of flipping, I made 23 mil. Now this extrapolates out to roughly 30 mil an hour, so it's a pretty insane money-making method. The profits won't always be this good, but they normally are definitely more than 10 mil an hour, and even beginners can get 10 mil an hour, so it's really good for money. No setup required, and that's all for today's video. Also, I'm doing a 10 mil giveaway to the comment with the most likes in the comment section, so make sure to comment and like your favorite comment. Can be any comment, just has to get the most likes. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.